Prabhu's just taken sannyas. After he's taken sannyas, he snuck out in the middle of the night. His mother caught him at the doorstep. She was sitting outside. She knew, mother has intuition. And his wife, she really knew Vishnupriya, second wife. But still, he's going in the middle of the night. There's only a few devotees knew. And they woke up in the morning to come and see Nima, and everyone's broken hearted. He's gone. What will we do without him? He's gone in the middle of the night to Katva with maybe 4 devotees. And there he sought out Keshava Bharati. And he's begged him for sannyas. And there's so many stories about that, how he wouldn't give him sannyas and so many things. And finally he did it. And then right after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so much ecstasy. He's like, now I have no responsibilities. Nothing holding me back. I'm going to Vrindavan. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to worship Krishna. I'm going to meditate on Krishna and I'm going to find Krishna. So he started running. And devotees, these 4 devotees, Lord Nityananda, others are running along with him. And along the way they sing so many cowherd and cows. And everybody who's seen Lord Chaitanya in this ecstasy, they start chanting and dancing. And Lord Chaitanya is very, very, very happy. He comes to the cowherd boys and pats them on the head. Yes, very good. Then Lord Nityananda takes the couple of them to the side, and he says, look, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if he says, ask which way is Vrindavan, because he's mad in ecstasy. He doesn't know where he's going, what he's doing. He's just depending on us. If he asks you the way, instead of pointing to Vrindavan, you point him to the Gaur. Sure enough, Lord Chaitanya asked those, and they pointed him in that direction. So now he's going back to Bengal. He comes to the Ganga, and Lord Nityananda says, Lord Chaitanya is asking, we've been walking. How do I find Krishna unless they get to Vrindavan? How far is Vrindavan? Lord Nityananda says, look, Jamuna. Lord Chaitanya says, Jamuna. Takes off his clothes. He doesn't have time to take his clothes. He just jumps into Jamuna, and he starts making some nice prayers, stutis, to Mother Jamuna. And meanwhile, Lord Nityananda had sent Chandrasekhar, Acharya, go ahead, tell Adwaitacharya, I'm bringing Mahaprabhu back. He should take a boat from Shantipur, where he is. He had one house in Shantipur, one house in Navadvip, and he should bring some fresh clothing from Mahaprabhu. So Adwaitacharya is in the middle of the boat, in the middle of the river, holding this fresh, nicely dry, folded cloth, saffron cloth for Lord Chaitanya. He said, yes, you know. And Lord Chaitanya is in the water, coming out of the water, soaking wet. And he looks and he says, Adwaitacharya, what are you doing in Vrindavan? Because Lord Chaitanya is thinking, I'm in Jamuna. This is Vrindavan. Adwaitacharya said, Prabhu, wherever you are, there's Vrindavan. So Lord Chaitanya is thinking, something's up. What is this? Then Adwaitacharya says, look, it's a fact, we're back in Bengal, but Jamuna and Ganga are merging. On the west side is Jamuna, on the east side is Ganga. So you are standing and you're taking bath on the west side. So when Nityananda told you that you're bathing in the Jamuna, this is Jamuna, that was not a lie. This is Jamuna. So Lord Chaitanya just laughed. And Adwaitacharya said, look, I know you've been running in the forest toward Vrindavan for 3 days, not thinking about anything, no eating, nothing. Now, please come to my house. Here's the cloth, put on the fresh cloth, dry cloth. Let me take you in the boat. to my house, and let my wife prepare some prasad for you and for your associates. So Lord Nityananda had also told Chandrasekhar, and you tell Mother Sachi, Lord Chaitanya's mother, that he's coming. And tell all the other devotees they can also come to Advaita's house. As soon as he got there, all these devotees are coming, and Adwaitacharya is preparing, Adwaitacharya's wife is preparing a big feast for them. So this is where we're coming right now at this point. So let's read some of these responsibly, okay? Let's start with text 31. Actually, I'll read the Bengali, and we can go around the room, those who have copies, and read the translations, okay? Text 31, chapter 3, Lord Chaitanya at the house of Adwaitacharya. Age chari asi rahila namaskar kori, charya deki bade Prabhu mani samshara kori. Okay, let's go around the room clockwise. Pankaj, you have the translation?
Sure. Then Adwaitacharya arrived. He stood before the Lord and offered his obeisances. After seeing him, the Lord began to wonder about the entire situation.
Tumita chari goshai eta kin aila ani brindavani tumi ke mati janila.
Still in his ecstasy, the Lord asked Adwaitacharya, "Why did you come here? How did you know that I was in Vrindavan?"
Acharya kahe, tumi yahan say Vrindavan. See, tumi yahan, where you are, say Vrindavan. Morabhagye ganga tire tumar agam.
Adwaitacharya disclosed the whole situation, telling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. Now it is my great fortune that you have come to the bank of the Ganges.
Prabhu kahe, Nityananda mare bhanchita, ganga ke aniyam more jamuna ilam.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, Nityananda Prabhu has cheated me. He has brought me to the bank of Ganges and told me that it was not the Yamuna.
Acharya kahe, Nityananda Shripa Vachan, Yamunate Snan, Tumi Kadila Eka.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accused Nityananda of cheating him, Srila Aditya Acharya said that whenever Nityananda Prabhu has told you it is not false, you have indeed just now taken your bath in the river Yamuna.
Gangaya Jamuna Vahe, Harana Ekadar, Pashchime Jamuna Vahe, Purve Gangadhar.
Adwaitacharya then explained that at the spot the Ganges and Yamuna flow together, on the western side was the Yamuna and on the eastern side was the Ganges.
Pashchima Dare Jamuna Vahe, Kahan Kailasnan, Ardha Kalpin Chati Shushka Kara Palithan.
Adwaitacharya then suggested that since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken his bath in the river Yamuna and his underwear was now wet, the Lord should change his underwear for dry garments.
Adwaitacharya said, "You have been fasting continuously for 3 days in your ecstasy of love for Krishna. I therefore invite you to my home, where you may kindly take your alms. Come with me to my residence."
You know, I'm going to give you another copy here, because I see most of you don't have on your computer. So we'll have one book for the ladies, one for the men, and I'll use my phone here. Okay, you can go on.
Adwaitacharya said, "You have been fasting continuously for 3 days in your ecstasy of love for Krishna. I therefore invite you to my home, where you may kindly take your alms. Come with me to my residence."
Ekamushti Anamoni Kariyachon Aka Shukaruka Yajan Kailun Supa Arashaka.
Prabhu continued, "At my home I have just cooked one long full of rice. The vegetables are always very simple. There is no had 3 years to be simply a little liquid vegetable and spinach.
Yeah, she's got a whole 108-course feast waiting for him. little spinach and little rice, sure. Eta Bali, Nakoi, Chadan, Nila, Nichagad, Pada, Prakshalan, Kaila, Ananda, Antar.
Saying this, Sri Adwaitacharya took the Lord into the boat and brought the Lord to his residence. There Adwaitacharya washed the feet of the Lord and was consequently very happy within.
Pratame Paka Karyachen Acharyani Vishnu Samarpan Kaila Acharya Apani.
All the eatables were first cooked by the wife of Adwaitacharya. Then Srila Adwaitacharya personally offered everything to Lord.
Okay, now I have this highlighted here. This purple. One of several significant purports, which is why I chose this chapter, this Lila. Prabhupada is giving some very nice instructions on how grihastas can perfect their existence, perfect their Krishna consciousness within their homes, within their ashram. Because obviously the point is, not everybody's going to do what Lord Chaitanya did, right? It's, you wake up in the middle of the night and you see your husband's gone. Or dog. Satisha's gone. Just where do you go? You don't know. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. As that cold-hearted. So then what? How do we go to Vrindavan in our mind? At the same time, we have so many family responsibilities, and we have so many jobs and so many things. So Prabhupada's giving some nice hints in these purports. So I'm going to read this one myself. By His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Did we read the translation yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, read it again, please.
All the eatables were first cooked by the wife of Adwaitacharya. Then Srila Adwaitacharya personally offered everything to Lord Vishnu.
This is the ideal householder's life. Husband and wife live together. The husband works very hard to secure paraphernalia. Why? The husband. Okay, there's no problem here. We all know this. The husband works very hard. Right? That's a given. But Prabhupada doesn't end there. The husband works very hard to secure paraphernalia. That's right. Paraphernalia, like this. Right? The husband works very hard to secure paraphernalia. No problem with that. We all agree with that. But he doesn't end there. The husband works very hard to secure paraphernalia for worshiping. Okay, no problem with that. I worship my wife, worship my son and my daughter and my dog and my cow. But Prabhupada clarifies, for worshiping Lord Vishnu. The husband works very hard for securing paraphernalia for worshiping Lord Vishnu. The wife at home cooks a variety of foods. For who? For Lord Vishnu. And the husband offers it to the deity, to Vishnu. After that, Arti is performed. And the prasadam is distributed amongst family members and guests. According to the Vedic principles, there must always be a guest in a householder's house. Remember we were discussing that before, right? Atita. Uninvited guests, even. There must always be a guest in a householder's house. In my childhood, I've actually seen my father receive not less than 4 guests every day. Prabhupada's father was not wealthy. He was like a cloth merchant. And in those days, my father's income was not very great. Nonetheless, there was no difficulty in offering prasadam to at least 4 guests every day. According to Vedic principles, a householder, before taking lunch, should go outside and shout very loudly, just like Advaita. Should go outside and shout very loudly to see if there's anyone without food. You know, practically every corner. Now, did you go around shopping? Today I saw 3 people like that. You're going on the street by a shopping center, Walmart or something, and there's somebody standing with a sign and saying, you know, I have wife and kids, or I'm stranded, or this or that. Can you give something? In this way, he invites people to take prasadam. If someone comes, the householder offers him prasadam. Oh. If someone responds to his call, if someone comes to the householder, offers him prasadam, if there's not much left, he should offer his own portion to the guest. Have any of you ever heard the story of Ranti Dev in the 9th canto of Bhagavatam?
Yes.
That's a long story. But some of you have sets of Bhagavatams now, so you can maybe read that. Pretty soon, if you're doing that you promised to do, Satish, of reading Bhagavatam every day, pretty soon, no time at all, you'll get to 9th canto, and you can read the story from today, where he ended up giving up every last little portion. All entities are coming, one after another. And all these entities, they ultimately ended up to be the devas, who are in disguise. There's different kinds of people and different animals. Finally, he gave to a dog, and he's just skin and bones. He's been fasting for so long. So, Prabhupada's saying here, if there's not much left, he should offer his own portion to the guest. If no one responds to his call, the householder can accept his own lunch. See, the reason that a lot of people, even in America, have an ear for Islam, for the teachings of Muslim. And so many converts have made in Asia and Middle East is this idea of sharing, of everyone's equal, and sharing with everyone. Of course, Jesus says this in the Bible too, but how many Christians follow that? But here we have it. This is not something foreign to Vedic culture. Whatever is good in any other tradition, any other religion, we'll find that and more in the Sanatana Dharma, in Varnashram Dharma. If no one responds to his call, the householder can accept his own lunch. Thus, the householder's life is also a kind of austerity. Of course, again, the whole life is one of austerity, right? You're working hard, everything. There's so much austerity. But real austerity, or tapasya, Prabhupada, means for spiritual purpose, for spiritual aim. This type of austerity is spiritually purifying, spiritually uplifting. All the other types of austerity may not be so. Because of this, the householder's life is called grihastha ashram. Prabhupada used to like to distinguish between these two terms, grihastha ashram and grihamedi. Grihamedi means the medi means like, he explained as like the middle, pole in the middle, where you put a rope and you put it to the nose of the bull and he goes around like that. So his life is like that. Surrounds around his house, around his wife, or the wife around the children. That's Grihamedi. But Grihastha is an ashram, means purification for God realization. Because of this, the householder's life is called Grihastha ashram. Although a person may live with his wife and children happily in Krishna consciousness, he also observes the regulative principles followed in any temple. If there is no Krishna consciousness, the householder's abode, well here it is called Grihamedi's house. Householders in Krishna consciousness are actually grihastas. That is, those living in the ashram with their families and children. It's an ashram. It's because it belongs to Vishnu. That's why we offer the prasad to Vishnu. We do the Arti. That's why the altar is there, why Vishnu is there. Sri Advaita Prabhu was the ideal grihasta. His house was the ideal grihasta ashram. Tina Tani Boga, Badaya Samikari, Krishnera Boga, Badaila Datu Patrapadi. I think it's Pankaj's turn.
All the prepared food was divided into the 3 equal parts. One part was arranged on a metal plate for offering to Lord Krishna.
Batisha Atila Kali Kalari Batisha Atiya Kalara Angatiya Ate Dvaitani Boga Badaila Balak Mate.
Of the 3 divisions, one was arranged on a metal plate and the other 2 were arranged on a plantain leaves. These leaves were not bifurcated and they were taken from a banana tree that held at least 32 bunches of bananas.
You can go on reading.
The 2 plates were filled very nicely.
Take turns.
The 2 plates were filled very nicely with the kinds of food described below.
Go ahead. Go ahead reading.
The cooked rice was a stack of...
We could take turns reading.
Oh, okay. The cooked rice was a stack of very fine grains, nicely cooked, and in the middle was yellow clarified butter from the milk of cows. Surrounding the stack of rice were pots made of the skins of banana trees, and in those pots were varieties of vegetables and moong dal.
Among the cooked vegetables were potatoes, squash, manakachu, and a